Yo, what's up? This is Michal Menert, and you're watching I Am Dubstep.
I'm Craig. Michael, nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you as well.
Alright, well, I've seen a few shows we did this year. Well, it's a new year, but over the last year, how's it feel to have your first headlining show, man, in Denver?
It's nice, man. You know, like, I've done a few headlining shows here and there, and like this is the first one, like, kind of like in uncharted territory, even though it's close to home.
Yeah,
There's that
exactly.
big scene for dubstep.
Yeah.
A big scene for electronic music, and there's always like a lot of competition. So yeah, it's interesting, you know.
Hey, yeah, it's definitely coming up, man.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. You know, it's like it's cool to kind of see something grow. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like to really try to keep it, you know, keep it on the level that you try to envision the whole time. You know.
Yep.
That's kind of. I'm excited about it, basically.
Nice, man, nice. Alright, what do you think of the music scene in Denver and Colorado just in general, like, in the last 2 years, man? Like,
I think it's blowing up. I mean, it's crazy because when I started producing and friends of mine started producing, you know, in the late 90s, early 2000s, like, Colorado, I mean, you know, there's always been DJs, there's been producers, but like, it's never been like a mecca, you know? Like, now it's like, you look at like shows that, you know, electronic artists that you wouldn't be able to see, you know? Like, I mean, I compare it to like the hip-hop scene when I was growing up. Like, I used to have to drive, like, to other cities. Like, I drove to Houston and see Living Legends when I was young, you know, just because like, I wanted to see hip-hop that wasn't 2030 at the time, just 98, you know?
yeah.
So, and that's what you used to have to do for like electronic music. You have to wait for like something like, you know, a day at a time. It's not trying to really draw a lot of artists along, you know? And now it's to this point where it's a destination spot for people on tour, you know? And on top of that, like there's so much talent around here. It's cool because you see a lot of people building together, a lot of people kind of like bouncing off each other, like a lot of groups of friends, kind of like have a similar vision and push that forward. You know, it's like when you work together, obviously create something bigger for yourself.
Yeah. Now, I did a little bit of background on you. I looked you up a little bit. Your dad got you into music, right?
Yeah, my dad got me into music when I was really young. You know, I used to when I lived in Poland when I was like 2, 3, 4 years old.
That was Kalisz, right?
Kielce.
All right.
Yeah, that's where I was born. And actually, I lived in Krakow, but my mother studied in Kielce, which was actually really close to where my dad grew up. And my dad studied in Krakow. Yeah, in Kielce, at a party. That's where I was born. So close to my dad. Yeah, and that's where we were. At the time, you know.
Yeah.
Time for one breakage. But yeah, Krakow. Long story short, Krakow is where I grew up, where I come from. I used to grow up. I grew up in Colorado a lot. But here, my own. I mean, granted, I use samples, you know, so it's like there's other artists that you hear my music, but I try to use so much contemporary stuff. Yeah, I try to use mainly like old stuff that I find on record. You know, collage between 5 and 20, 30, you know, samples together to create like a new blend of what couldn't be there before. You know, you can listen to different eras and different stylings and like just try to record them in the studio these days because yeah, you guys have like, you know, completely different setup for them to do crazy. You know, 50 or 20 of them, you know, like that. It would just be like really possible because it's just, you know, it's pretty different eras. And that's really beautiful about the music. You know, like you see a photo collage, you know, like other artists use where it's like they take elements that are already there, but they kind of create their own picture. Yeah, you know, you do it together. And you know, it's almost like you create this like space and time, you know, between like all these eras and between like the past and the future, and I have like this cool like modern feel because, you know, it's obviously like in the breakbeat format, kind of like chop and sample and synthesize and different elements of modern electronic dance music, but at the same time it has like those like gritty, old like foundations, you know, where like those things can also kind of create like this cool like almost like a sci-fi like future past blend, you know, of like this like really cool like world that can coexist and for me it's always just really like when I listen to pop records like Dusty records, you know.
I mean, that's how I am too, man. I'm so passionate about hip-hop, but like hip-hop just disappeared.
It did, man, and I mean, it's evolved, you know, like there's a lot of stuff that's like good, it's one of those things, like you look at like the way that jazz and blues and early music, I think the recent 40s was like kind of gritty, you know, and then like got really cleaned out and polished, like all like the rock bands, you know, it was all kind of like soft hops and stuff, you know, and then like slowly bands, like even the Beatles when they started out kind of real clean cut, real like cookie cutter, you know, they're still making pop songs, they're great, but like, you know, they started out with like this formula, just kind of like being almost too rapid, you know, and then like evolving into where people got making, you know.
Cheesesteak from next door is balls.
Did you already have more? Yeah. But like, you know, like we're evolved from that to like a place where people started experimenting and fusing different elements. I feel like that's the same thing. It's like a lot of people like dislike pop music is changing because like tell me the underworld of the past is like coming in, so we actually shows like imperfections on like so all these like actually like, making a lot of songs that you can really just put like a simple example like a rapper like making up or twisting a word to make it fit, you know, and then all of a sudden people start saying like that. Like, oh, that's the outrageous, like you still are wrong, like rhyme, like it sounds kind of cheesy at the same time. Exactly. It's catchy, you know, it's like things like that. You know, become like these like productions and stylings that like make it human. Yeah, I mean there's programs right now where you like preset things and like make it. Yeah. I mean you can go on YouTube and like watch how to make dubstep.
Yeah. I watch it. I'm like bored or like does all kind of. I watched that before.
Yeah, so you know, like, I mean, you can do anything like it's easier to do it more than you know it's like that little human element of like vulnerability. That's why I guess I play a lot of my stuff live. It's a layer too, because like a drummer, it's like you have that ability to like fuck up, you know? Which a lot of times like in DJing, and it's a thin line between the ability to fuck up and like the inevitability of like fucking up. You know what I mean? Like
you're human.
Because it's like you don't want to like wait, you know, you don't want to work on the song and everybody's want to say having shit.
Yeah.
It really sounds good on the album, you know? I'm gonna play live shit, you know? So it's kind of like it's that line that you walk, you know, between like keeping that vulnerability makes people have like a real experience, makes it unique even if you're playing the same song. That's like unique experiences you're playing in like lost human contact between like machine and ear, you know?
Yeah, when someone plays live, man, I get mad.
And so, you know, it's like one of those things where like, you know,
so you excited about Snowball Fest coming up here?
Yeah, I am. I'm really fun. Yeah, a good axe playing.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good. Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be a good time, man. Like when I saw you and Derek review, I was like, that's awesome. Yeah, like that's gonna be a sweet show. It's gonna be a fun time. I'm going for the whole day. So. Let's see what else we got here. What's your favorite city to play in?
The favorite city to play in?
Or what's been your best experience in the?
Like my best experience? I really liked First Avenue in Minneapolis. It was it's the venue from like Purple Rain. It was just like, you know, going into it, like even though it looked at the same movie, you know, it's obviously been 20 years, so like things change, you know, like still just kind of seeing this thing that like you've seen in movies, playing that. I had a really good response to that, you know. I mean, I played a lot of really cool places. Everywhere I played, it was like what really been unique, you know. There's never really been like a time where I'm like, oh, this is going to the motion feel like last time, you know. It's been like, maybe that's because I'm still like, you know, I mean, I've been doing this music for a long time. Touring a solo artist was like my first year still, really, you know. So, but being able to experience things, I still like, you know, years old, I still see things through like those eyes of like a child. I'm like, oh my god, I've never been, you know, I've never been to Philly. Hey man, I've never been to Boston, you know. I've never been to Vermont. Like, being playing Burlington tonight, it was off the hook, you know. Like, playing like being a fire around there. It's a great venue, you know. It's really intimate. So everyone takes care of you. It's like, you know, and you meet these people like along the way. It's really cool because it's like it's kind of like this like, you know, you get to fill in these gaps of things you've learned about. But at the same time, you get to kind of like have these people come into your life, you know. Like, so like I appreciate everyone that comes to shows or whatever, you know. With like some artists, I appreciate it. But you know, like I really do. I mean, like I just like. Having been in different incarnations of music groups and things like that, and, you know, like, having gone through a lot of things over in life where like I felt like a lot of things were taken away from me for a while. Like elements I couldn't control, like I got stabbed in the chest back in 16, and I had like I'm not split open when I grabbed the blade, you know, so like I had to take a break from things for a while, you know, and it's like having that like be on the verge and then having to take it away and then being able to come back and you know. So it's like every city's kind of got something. Chicago's definitely been like really good. You know, I've been there a few times and like I did a 30th with Derek there. Oh nice. And
it's all good, man. It's all good, man. Everybody is right now, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody is.
But you know, like it's definitely like Chicago's definitely like showing me a lot of love from the beginning, you know, in the Midwest. I mean, everywhere it's like it's been great, you know, like having those people come to life for us, just, you know, like people that like I got a friend Trip that I met on the road and I was gonna rent a car for like part of my tour, so I was flying from spot to spot like 4 nights in a row, like across the south, and you know, I met him at a show and he's like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, nothing, man, you gotta just go to the car to no place. He's like, cool, just stay at my house, I'll drive you the rest of the tour. You know, it's just like someone like that, like out of nowhere comes into your life and then becomes like a close friend. It's a great experience, and like you get to meet people and like I feel like, you know, it's like that whole thing, you know, parents like never talk to strangers. Like, well, I met so many strangers that helped me out, and like, yeah, there's always sketchy people, but like, I've met so many people like that have just, helped me out, like, stay on their floor of their house, like, got an extra hotel room in exchange for, like, Netflix spots, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Denver's definitely, we're up there now. We're getting huge.
Yeah, like rowdy and not like a,
Like a bad way, yeah.
Rowdy, like, people are just, like, having so much fun, Exactly. We got so many, I mean, look at, like, grassroots in California, like, they do so many, like, Colorado teams, like, Anchor Nuggets, Colorado Clubs, like all that stuff where it's like all these companies are drawing to it, and it's like a good culture for that. People like to support it at the end of it. It's like it's starting to turn around from people being told what they need to listen to, like people in front of other people what they like.
Yeah. All right. So my partner, he wants me to ask you, has the growth and popularity of dubstep affected your music production, or can we expect to hear more wops in the future from Michal Menert?
I mean, I've been listening to dubstep for a while, and I like it. And I think it's a great element in music, I feel like a lot of times it's overused and it's too much, and it's like a whole night of it. Like, other people think differently, like there's plenty of people that love it, but like coming from like not growing up in like the electronic genre, more like in the hip hop genre and like more like the chill out, down tempo type stuff. Like, and I don't think it doesn't have anything, but like it seems like it's a lot more like hype, like really hot beats, like really fresh shit that just gets you, go crazy. Like for me, it's like what moves me music is like when I feel something, like it's something like that music can do. It's kind of like looking at a picture, It's like you can look at like an abstract painting and see like a different thing with your friends see. It's like to me, like instrumental music is that like it doesn't have words to like tie you down and be like, oh, this is a love song. This song's about like this guy's life or like about someone's young or whatever, or it's like music. You can like I can listen to songs and it can remind me of my childhood, remind you of like your last girlfriend, like remind you of that. Their firstborn son, things like that where it's just like, oh, that's awesome. It reminds me of like the shittiest thing they like, things like that where it's so universal and it's like, there's something that's like a common thread between us all, like that, something that music like hits those like bittersweet, sad, like memories / hopes / dreams, and for me like dubstep has that a lot of times, but like hearing a whole lot of dubstep, like I don't get a lot of that.
Well, no, you can't. I feel the same way. You gotta mix it up. But I definitely like when you throw a little womps in.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's a great element. I mean, it's an awesome thing, and it's like it moves people. When people realize that, like DJs and producers realize it, like you throw a little filter on it, just the tempo, do a little 16 third note or whatever, and just like you can just get that kind of like that energy where it's like. There's something about that, it's like almost like a primal. I see people just like, the shows go crazy, and that wall drop, it's just like, it's dope, and I can't talk shit about that. It's something that that's not like my exact thing, like I love doing it in sets, but it's kind of like, I can do it, I know how to produce it, like, I'm probably not as good as a lot of other people are, like, I know how to, I've dabbled in it, I like the music, I've definitely listened to a lot of artists, I was still to play the newer thing, like they have like a certain subcategory of stuff that they definitely like, this is like I've listened to.
Well, it's a very wide genre of music. It's like so many different types of stuff like that. Hard.
And there's a lot of stuff that is evolving and stuff, like it's like the old dubstep, it's actually kind of like dub rated, like the baseline is real thick, and it's almost like stony,
Yeah, I actually like that. I like when electronic music mixes with reggae. I really like how it complements each other in a way.
For sure. That's what I mean. That's great about electronic music, is that you can like have classical elements and everything. It's like that's what I'm in hip hop. You can have like a country song in hip hop. You can have like jazz, funk.
There's a Justin Bieber one out there. I was like, I can't bring myself to listen. I cannot listen to this song, man. I just can't do it.